matching process is fair and that no donated organs are wasted. While I was there, he was matching an organ that had hepatitis. And I said, who would want that? And he said, somebody else who has hepatitis. They are the ultimate organizing agency. In developing policies and coordinating rules for the system that matches donated organs with waiting transplant candidates throughout the United States on a 24/7, 365 basis. Regardless of hurricane, national disaster, or critical flight delays due to weather, UNOS professionals use well-defined and developed organizational skills, knowledge, and practice to make organ transplantation happen. In collaboration with 58 donation service areas and 230 plus transplant hospitals in the United States, UNOS's organizational skills, methods, and techniques are directly attributed to their success. Organ donation is the ultimate organizing system. UNOS has a very special place in my heart. 11 years ago, my 16-year-old son was trying out for JV lacrosse. For the first time, he ran like he never ran before. In just a few weeks, he was in the ER with abnormal heart rhythms. After weeks of trying to figure out a solution, the doctors at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia informed us that they could not fix his heart and that he would need a heart transplant. The only question we could ask our doctors was, are we waiting for another child to die? Our doctor said yes. But if it's any comfort to you, the other family will be grateful knowing they are saving a life. This was a very challenging time for us. Our son was in critical condition, and we were waiting for someone else's son to die. The entire transplant team of doctors, nurses, organ donor coordinators sat down with us to explain the pros and cons of transplantation, and we had to comply before they proceed. This was the first time I had heard and learned about UNOS, the United Network for Organ Sharing. 2 weeks after going into the National UNOS database, our son went on life support. Time was running out. 30 days after he went into the national database, we got the call. A heart was found. Now, more than 10 years later, we know that the heart was a perfect match. Thanks to the donor family, the local organ procurement organization, which coordinated the donation, the transplant team, and UNOS. UNOS helped save our son's life. Just this past September, our donor mother, Aurora, called me. Our number is not listed, but she was determined. We talked for the first time. After we talked and cried and cried and talked, she told me, your doctor was right. Knowing we saved David's life was our only comfort. Her 27-year-old son, Peter, there's Peter, that was taken just recently before his death, knew he wanted to donate his heart. We granted his wish, she told me. Because of UNOS's values and reliance on organizational efforts, as well as the generosity of the donor family, My son is doing amazingly well today. On behalf of the National Association of Professional Organizers, I would like to present the National Organizing Excellence Award to UNOS. Lisa Schaffner and Walter Graham, please come up to accept this award.
5 years, and it never ceases to get to me when I hear that story. It's a story that rings true 17 times a day throughout this country. It's a story that 113,682 people this morning want to happen for them, their families want it to happen for them. I don't have a long speech to give to you. How can you follow something like that? It's the story that matters. It's literally the hearts that are touched. And I have a challenge for you today. Now, I'm going to assume that because of that story, you will have already signed your donor card or signed up on the registry. But the challenge I have for you is for you to tell people, not just one or two, but people you know, that you know what? I know someone whose life was saved through organ donation. And it's something every one of us can do. And it's something that saves lives. There are so many people today who are desperately waiting, so many families who are desperately waiting. I guess because I'm a grandfather now, the number that always gets to me is the number of babies under the age of 1. There are 122 babies in this country right now under the age of 1 waiting for an organ transplant. So just imagine the hope and the anguish that the parents and the grandparents and the relatives and friends are all feeling. So that donation is priceless, as you heard this morning. And I encourage you to be an organ donor. So I do thank NAPO for this award. It is a high honor for the 370 staff we have in Richmond who coordinate this network, as well as the 10,000 or so transplant professionals across the country who work tirelessly to save these folks' lives. So thank you.